Welcome back to Half Moon's Picks. Week 13 is here. Week 12 is in the books. And last week I did 3-1. Pretty good. The only team I lost on was the Texans. Yeah, and imagine that. I would have never guessed it in a million years they lost outright, but they did. I didn't hit my 3-team teaser. There's a lot of oddball games going on last week, but it is what it is. So usually if I hit my teaser, I won't hit the top 4 or vice versa. So one of the two. Anyway, last week in the pool, ATS pool, the Anthony Simone hit 80 points, week 12. Still leader of the pack, Bridgewater's finest. Check him out. His links below. He has his own YouTube channel, goes over all the stats. Pretty good. Fun information if you got the time. And number 2 is Hatbox at 816 points, right behind Bridgewater's finest. Waiting for him to slip up. I see it. And number 3 is the RR Sports at 811, sneaks back into the 3rd place. Me, I moved up 2 spots. I am now at 12 at 719. So I'm hoping to get top 3 before the end of the year. Now remember, we play in the playoffs too, so those who watch my videos, stick around for the playoffs for the ATS pool. I've seen that before where they just drop off at the end of the week and then they lose points. So, all right. That being said, there's no buys this week, so all 16 games will play. There's a lot of people. I used to put out a Thanksgiving Day video by itself, but I think this time I'll just do a normal video and talk about at the end of the video the Thanksgiving Day games. I'm also going to put them in a 3-team teaser, the 3 games, so, and who I like as well. So alternate helmets this week is the Green Bay Packers with their all white throwbacks. It's pretty cool. It's just a basic Green Bay Packer helmet in white. It's pretty few teams do that this season, but it's not all black, it's all white. All right, that being said, let's get on with the show. And my first pick of the week, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers traveling to the Cincinnati Bengals. The Pittsburgh Steelers are a 2.5-point road dog. Yeah, road dog, top of the division, road dog. The Pittsburgh is on back-to-back games. They did lose last week to the Browns, but they're on a long week, so they had it on Thursday night. Cincinnati, 4-7 in the division, lost their last 2 games, and they just coming off a bye. This is a divisional game. Pittsburgh is 8-3 ATS overall in their last 11 games. Pittsburgh won the last 2 games in Cincinnati the last 2 years. Pittsburgh is only 26 in passing in the offense, but they're number 8. They are 8th ranked in rushing offense. And you look back on the other side of the ball, Cincinnati's ranked 20th in run stop defense. So this should be a ground and pound. Should run right through the Cincinnati Bengals. So give me the Pittsburgh Steelers plus 2.5. And my number 2 pick of the week, we got the Seattle Seahawks traveling to the New York Jets. The Seattle Seahawks are a 2.5-point road favorite. I look at the New York Jets. They got 3 wide receivers out. Taylor, Riley, and Lazard. Lazard's on my fantasy team as well. So Aaron Rodgers in the last 2 games has only thrown 151 yards and 184 yards. So that's not the Aaron Rodgers we know. So Seattle needs a win to keep on top of the division. They are currently leading that division just barely by a thread. If they lose, they probably drop. So looking at this, New York Jets have lost their last 2. Seattle's on win streak, won their last 2. So give me the Seattle Seahawks minus 2.5. And my number 3 pick of the week, we got the Houston Texans traveling to the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Houston Texans are a 5-point road favorite. Yeah, a lot of road favorites, a lot of divisional games this week. Again, Houston's 6-0 versus Jacksonville in the last 6 years in Jacksonville. They've won by 20 points last year. So, yeah, big blowout. This year, Jacksonville's not doing so well. They lost the last 4 games. Houston did lose last week. That's why that's the game I lost on. I figure they bounced back this week. They are 7-5. Jacksonville's 2-9. 5 points easy point spread. And with this win, I think the Texans will expand their lead in the AFC North as they lead the division. So give me the Houston Texans -5. And my fourth pick of the week, we got the Philadelphia Eagles traveling to the Baltimore Ravens. The Philadelphia Eagles are a 3-point road dog. The second seed in the NFC is a road dog by 3 points. Somehow that's a thing. Philadelphia is 2-0 as a road dog this season. Philadelphia is 9-2 and leads the NFC East division. Baltimore is 6-5-1 ATS this season, so they're 50-50 chance of hitting it. They are 8-4 at overall and did win their last game. But Philadelphia's on a 7-game winning streak. They are on back-to-back road games. But I love this. I'm getting 3 points. I'm getting the second best team in the NFC. So give me the Philadelphia Eagles +3. All right, that's it for my top picks. Let me go. I'm going to have two team teasers. I'm going to have the Thanksgiving Day game on a teaser, and I'll tell you who I like right off the bat. But as a 3-team teaser, I got the Detroit Lions -4.5. As they are dominating and they're killing it ATS-wise. But this is a divisional game. I'll talk about that more in a second. I got the New York Giants +10. Yeah, they're playing Dallas. Everybody might be souped up too much on Dallas. And the Miami Dolphins +9.5. I love that one. My 3-team teaser going into Sunday will be the Las Vegas Raiders +18.5. Because Kansas City doesn't seem to cover the spread that much. And the Buffalo Bills -1. I love that one. And the Houston Texans, going back to Houston, going to bounce back -1 at home. So that being said, those are my 2 3-team teasers. I got them right here. We got Thursday, the first game at 12:30. The Detroit Lions at home hosting the Chicago Bears. Detroit Lions are a 10-point home favorite. Lions won the last 2 matchups against the Bears at home. 31-26 and 41-10 in the last 2 years. But this is the part I don't like. Detroit's 0-7 in the last 7 home games in Thanksgiving. So they haven't won a game since 2016 at home. So that's disturbing. But this is a different Detroit game, Detroit team, I should say. So Detroit is 9-2, the best in the NFL ATS-wise. Chicago is 0-4 on the road and 0-3-1 ATS-wise on the road as well. Detroit, 177-point differential, man. They just killing it. So there's a divisional game. Chicago was close against Green Bay and Minnesota in the last 2 weeks. So I'm like thinking, they might be close in Detroit. And I love it in the teaser. I'm still going to bet Detroit. I'm going to put, like a few dollars on it. I'm not saying I'm laying the last couple weeks I laid a lot of money, but not this much. All right, the next Thursday game, we have 4:30. We got the New York Giants traveling to the Dallas Cowboys. Giants 2-9, Cowboys 4-7. Both teams have a losing record in the same division, so it's a divisional matchup. You got Tommy DeVito versus Cooper Rush. Man, what a mess. The Giants are 0-7 in the last games versus Dallas Cowboys. Both teams are 3-8 ATS-wise, so not too big gambling either two teams. Dallas is 0-5 at home this season. Haven't won a game at home yet. Giants are 2-3 on the road. So I think this is going to be a close game. I put my money on the Giants. I know it's 3.5. What was it? 3-point spread. 3.5. It's a 3.5 point spread now. A lot of people are hopping on the Dallas train because they won last week. Do up, do down. Dallas won. Giants lost. I'll give you the Giants on this game. Next game on Thursday night. So Thursday night Thanksgiving night game. We got it's at 8:20. The Miami Dolphins 5-6. Green Bay 8-3. Now the Dolphins got their quarterback Tua's back, and he played awesome the last 2 weeks. Jordan Love in the last 4 games has 3 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. You compare him to Tua in the last 2 games, he has 7 TDs and 0 interceptions. So yeah, it looks more dominating. Plus, you're getting points. I love this game. Miami +3. But looking at the ATS wise, Green Bay's 2-2 ATS at home as a favorite, and the Dolphins are 2-2 as a road dog. But you got to remember some of those stats are when Tua's out. So I'm getting points. I'm getting Tua. Love this game. It's going to be a cold game as well. Probably feels. I think it's 28 degrees, so it's going to be mighty cold out there. So, but give you the Miami Dolphins on this one, and +3. All right, going into Sunday, we got the Las Vegas Raiders traveling to the Kansas City Chiefs. Raiders on a 7-game losing streak, and the Chiefs barely won in overtime against the Carolina Panthers. I don't know what's up with them. Here they are, a 12.5-point home favorite. I get it. I get the favorite, but almost 2 touchdowns. The Kansas City Chiefs, 7 out of 8 times have beaten the Raiders at home. And the last win they had was only up 7 points. Kansas City is 0-5 in the last 5 games ATS-wise. So I'm liking the Raiders, or just don't bet this game. Next, we got the LA Chargers traveling to the Atlanta Falcons. The LA Chargers lost Monday night on a short week. The Atlanta Falcons coming off a bye. The Chargers are a 1-point road favorite. They are 7-4. Atlanta 6-5. This would be a good game. Chargers won the last 3 matchups, all by 3 points. So it's going to be a close game. Pretty much, Chargers on this one. But the last win by the Atlanta Falcons was in 2012. And the Chargers this year are 7-4 ATS. So Chargers a bust, but this is going to be a good game. It can go either way. So I wouldn't bet on this one. Next, we got the Arizona Cardinals traveling to the Minnesota Vikings. The Cardinals are a 3.5-point road dog. Vikings 3-1 ATS at home. Arizona lost 11 straight in Minnesota, so they don't play well at Minnesota all historically wise. The last 5 were by 6 points or more. So yeah, Arizona kicker Matt Prater's still out, but they got a new guy. Was it Chad Ryland? Is that how you pronounce it? He's 13-15 and as long as 57 this year, so he's doing a good job backing up. And Arizona's on back-to-back road games as well. So yeah, I like Minnesota on that one. Or not bet it because Arizona's just kicking butt lately, but they did lose last week on the road. Next, we got the Indianapolis Colts traveling to the New England Patriots. The Patriots are 3-point home dogs. Last year, Indianapolis won 10-3. So there goes your wise, low-scoring points. Definitely the under in this game if you're betting it. Indianapolis is 4-2 on the road. New England's 1-3-1 ATS-wise. Oh, both of the ATS at home. So yeah, Indianapolis probably going to win this, but yeah, low scoring. Next, we got the Tennessee Titans traveling to the Washington Commanders. The Washington Commanders are a 5.5-point home favorite. Yeah, Titans back-to-back road games, and Tennessee's 2-9 ATS, worse than the NFL. But Washington lost Pittsburgh and Philadelphia. I get that, those are 2 good teams, but they lost to Dallas last week. So they lost 3 games in a row. And Tennessee did win last week, so it might be a streak. I don't know, it might win 2 games. I don't know. Last matchup was in 2022. Tennessee won 21-17 in Washington. So there's that. Next, we got the LA Rams traveling to the New Orleans Saints. The New Orleans Saints are a 2.5-point home dog. New Orleans won the last matchup in 2022, 27-20. And they don't have no Jamal Williams. He's questionable, so he may play or may not play. You got to keep an eye on that. This game, it was stay away from Rams Saints. Looks like a good matchup. Rams 5-6 and the Saints are 4-7. And the Saints just came off a bye. So. All right, next we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers traveling to the Carolina Panthers. Carolina Panthers are a 6-point home dog. Tampa Bay, they were on a 5-game losing streak, a 4-game losing streak, and then won last week against the Giants. So I don't know if that's a big feat or not. But Carolina won 2 games in a row, and then almost beat the Kansas City Chiefs. That was pretty impressive. This is a defensive match, and Tampa Bay's on the back-to-back road games. 6 points might be a little too much. It all depends how is, the Bucs really back. I know they destroyed the Giants, but really, Tampa Bay has won the last 4 out of 5 games in Carolina, so they got the streak going. Next, we got the San Francisco 49ers traveling to the Buffalo Bills. Buffalo Bills 7-point home favorite. San Francisco on a 2-game losing streak. Brock Purdy should be back. I know he had an injury and didn't play last week. The Buffalo Bills are on a 6-game winning streak. San Francisco's too banged up for me. I don't even think they might make playoffs. They're 5-6. Buffalo's 9-2. It's like a dominant team. 7 points should be nothing to go down. That's why I got them on my teaser. So I just win outright. And last but not least, we got the Cleveland Browns traveling to the Denver Broncos. Cleveland Browns on a 1-game winning streak as they won Thursday night game against Pittsburgh. They are on a long week. The Denver Broncos, though, they're on a 2-game winning streak. Broncos 5.5-point home favorites. They're 7-5, lead the division. Cleveland's 3-8, at the lower tier of the division. 5.5 points ain't nothing. Denver's 9-3 ATS wise, so they're banking. Bo Nix in the last 3 games, he's been hot. Last 3 games had 8 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, averaging 265 yards per game, and an averaging 118.3 pass rating in the last 3 games. So he's been high, he's been good. 5.5 points, that's an easy one. So that's on Monday night. So that being said, thanks for stopping by. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I do have links below for other YouTube prognosticators if you want to check them out. And I will see you next week. Peace.